Hey everyone, Tori here with another Scrap Your Scraps video on Sunday. And today I'm showing you how to scrap your scraps using negative space. So first, here's my bin of lovely scraps, which I keep in a cookie tin. And I am going to be using some of these awesome scraps for my Scrap Your Scraps video today, which is using negative space from die cutting. So my first example, I have two examples for you today. The first one is using this 8.5, no, sorry, yes, 8.5 by 12 piece of cardstock, which I had used to cut butterflies out for a similar layout to the one that I had showed last week. And I had all these butterflies cut out of it, and I was going to throw it out because I didn't need it, but I thought, oh my goodness, this is perfect for a Scrap Your Scraps video. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use some scraps to back my negative space and use up some of those scraps in that awesome bin. So I'm using this wood grain paper, which is really old, which has been in my stash for a little while, and I actually don't know where it comes from, so I'm sorry about that. Then I decided that I was going to just find pieces of scrap paper in the scrap bin that would be perfect for backing the butterflies. Now, in order to keep the layout from getting too crazy, I decided to stick to a couple of colors. So I was going through trying to pick which pieces I wanted to use and just pulled out a whole bunch of different size scraps in pinks, purples, blues, mints, turquoise, and things like that. And first thing I'm doing is just going through and pulling out a whole bunch of ones in the colors that I want to use. I won't end up using all of these, but it's a great way to just sort of get in the color families that I want to do. And I think that that's a great thing to do when you're starting your Scraps videos. Or not videos, if you're making a Scrap Your Scraps layout, is to try to pull out scraps that are sort of in the same color families or the same color tones, like pinks or purples or yellows, or pick 2 or 3 colors, because your scrap bin is so full of every single thing that it's very possible that your layout could end up looking pretty crazy with a lot of colors. So it's a great idea to just pick out a few colors that you want to use and try to pick ones that are in the same color tones or families, or all pastels or all bright colors, and try to go with that. And I decided to go with more pastel-y tones because this layout is going to be in my old family photos album, and most of the layouts have more pastel colored layouts or pages, and most of them have pages with butterflies. So how perfect that I'm using a butterfly layout design here with this negative space. Now I was trying to figure out how I wanted to back all of the butterflies and with which pattern papers. And at first I thought I'd go with a row, like go with pink and then blue and then more pink and then purple. And then I end up deciding to go with pink, blue, and purple and just spread them out around the page, which you'll see as I go here. I'm going to just speed this up a lot just because you've already seen me sort of pick it out. And I just pretty much pick out the scraps, glue them down with my hot glue gun, trim them to whatever size I need, and then just make it work. And then if it overlaps the page a little bit, that's okay, just trim it off. And I'm just trying to go through and pick out what I want to use on the layout. I ended up grabbing some more purple out of there because I hadn't grabbed enough purple. And I really love the way that this works. And this could work with any negative space that you have cut out of a page. I mean, if you had a more intricate design, you could do that too. Or if you just had a simpler design like circles, that would work too. And it's really up to you how you decide to go with it. I think this layout is perfect for it. I mean, it's sort of more blocky, the butterfly part, but I think I like the way that it looks on the page. It's a big design element, but it works with the photo and everything, so it's fun. Now, another scrap that I had in my box was this like die cut lacy kind of thing. I don't know where that came from. I've had it for a while. I think somebody sent it to me, and I thought it would be a fun photo mat. So I'm using this photo today. It's a photo of my dad, my sister, and I. And my dad is holding my new baby sister, and I am just looking at her with so much love. And I thought it would be perfect for this old family photos album. And I'm just trimming it down so that the little lacy border that I'm putting it on will show a little bit better. And I just love it. It's super pastel-y, and I just think it's a cute for a little girl, new baby girl layout. And the butterflies are cute, and since they're pastel, it works with a little baby girl layout too. Now I ended up not backing one of those butterflies, and that's just because I knew that it would be covered by my photo. So I didn't waste a scrap, which is ridiculous because it's not wasting because it was just sitting there. But I decided not to put it in there and just save myself the time because I knew that the photo would cover it. And then I'm putting that photo in the bottom left-hand corner. I decided to layer it a little bit more with a piece of a glassine bag just to add a little more something on the back of there. And that's another kind of scrap your scraps tip, is use up packaging like glassine bags or old pretty packaging that things come on that look good. And I love using things like that too. I just think it's a great way to use up what's in my stash and find new ways to use things. And the gasoline bag also brings sort of like a lighter element to the page too. Like it just softens what's right behind the photo of my dad and my sister and I. I just scrunch up the edges a little bit. And then I'm going to add my title and just some last finishing elements. My title is going to be Little One, and I'm going to be using these copper alphas that came in the Studio Calico Carolina Moon kit. Then I'm just going to look for a couple other embellishments, and the Carolina Moon, one of the scrapbook, I think the scrapbook kit this month came with these copper stars as well, and I'm going to place those on the page too. Just they tie in with the title and they just look really pretty. And I'm also going to add this one label sticker above the picture or below the picture, and I'm going to do my journaling on that picture, and it just says Courtney Joy Bissell and her birthday, just because it was the day that she was born, I think. And then I'm going to add those stars. And then I wanted to add a little bit more journaling, so I grabbed one of the Project Life cards from the Carolina Moon Project Life kit, and it said all about you, and I decided that would be perfect for some journaling all about my sister and about how when I was little I always wanted a little sister, and I kept praying and praying and praying, and then I got one, and she's perfect, and I love her so much. And I just did that journaling using a Project Life pen and stuck that there. And I added a couple of buttons to some of the butterflies just because I thought they would be pretty, and the butterflies were looking pretty flat to me, and I wanted to add some more dimension. And buttons are my go-to move when adding dimension to pages. And it's perfect because I'm using the Color Theory buttons from Studio Calico, which come in a variety of different colors and shades. So I had blue ones and pink ones and purple ones, and I just placed those on the center of all of the butterflies. And that's it. That page is done. So the second thing I'm going to show you today for Scrap Your Scraps is another die cut that somebody, a nice friend, sent to me. And it says, "A dream is a wish your heart makes," which comes from Peter Pan, which is my favorite book / movie ever. And I thought it would be really fun to back this die cut with some of my scrap papers. So you don't even have to just make layouts with your negative space things. You can just make cute little signs or things like this. And this is actually going to go up on my wall. Beside my desk, I have a wall with some posters and signs and things that just inspire me. And I'm going to place this up there. And it's about 6 by 6 size. And it's perfect way to back all of those with my scraps and just find another way to use them. So I'm just going to speed that up. And that's pretty much it. My 2 items for today for my Scrap Your Scraps video are done. So I hope I have inspired you to use up some of your scrap stash. I hope I've inspired you to use up some negative space and cover it with pretty backing paper. And I hope you have a lovely day. Check out the end of the video for more still photos, or come over to my blog to find those photos too. Talk to you soon. Bye.